filters that, filter this out. I get a lot of invalid refund claims. Is click fraud really that big of an issue? The answer is yes. PPC bot activity has more than doubled in the last 5 years. So now it's very important to understand what is a PPC click bot. Basically, these are softwares that you can purchase a license for. They cost anywhere from $200 to $500 for the entire year, and then you enter in your competitor's website, the keywords that they're targeting, and when to click on the ads, how frequently to click on the ads, and then you set it and let it do its thing. Then periodically throughout the day, this bot will click on your ad, systematically draining your budget. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, Google has filters in place. Aren't they filtering this out? And you're absolutely right. They do have a lot of filters, both manual and automated filters, to detect PPC click fraud. But what we've seen through all of our data and all the campaigns that we've monitored is they catch anywhere from like 10 to 15% of the fraudulent clicks that they should. So ultimately, you're still paying for a lot of this fraudulent traffic that, again, is bringing you absolutely zero value. How do you know if you're facing click fraud on your campaign? You guys are all professional marketers. You're making a positive ROI. You're going to keep with Google because it's worth your time, because you're getting money back on it. But a lot of people see that you have a higher CPA than you should. Your click-through rate is higher. The ROI on your campaign is not what it used to be, and there's really no reason from that. You're still getting the same amount of traffic. It looks to be the same quality, but for some reason it's not performing as it should be. And that is a very, very telltale sign that you're facing some sort of click fraud. Now, many savvy marketers, such as yourself, know that there is an IP exclusion list in Google. However, I'm going to tell you why that this is not really a viable option to manually add these IPs to that exclusion list to block click fraud. For starters, Google's not telling you the IPs that are clicking on your ads. So first, you'll have to gain access to your web logs and analyze all of the IPs through a ton of filters to determine which IPs are valid and which IPs are invalid. Once you determine the invalid IPs, you have to add them to your exclusion list, and by the time that you've done it, that IP has been out there clicking on your ads as many times as it wants, already done the damage, and by the time that you've actually blocked that IP, the damage is done and the money's already been spent. Now, you're probably thinking, this seems like a ton of work, and there's no way that I can put this in my workflow. I don't have time. This is way too time consuming. You're absolutely right. And so ClickCease, our company, we have an automated solution. We monitor all of your traffic, all of the IPs in real time, determine which ones are valid, which ones are fraudulent, and every fraudulent IP that we detect, we block in your Google Ads exclusion list in real time, stopping them from continuing to click on your paid ads. And now I'd like to show you our interface so you can actually see what blocking click fraud looks like. We've spoken about the manual solution. Now let's talk about the automated solution. As you can see here, all of the clicks are being monitored in real time and are being run through a plethora of filters to determine which ones are valid and which ones are invalid. You can determine what date range you look at, and you can see an estimated savings that you have based on blocking this traffic. But this doesn't show you a lot of information. And showing information, being transparent is something that's extremely important to us. Here we're always going to make sure that you have access to everything that we've done in your account. You can see here that we have all of the IPs that have been detected on your account as fraudulent and the reason that they've been detected. Now here again, not a ton of information, but if we show it in the clicks report, we can see a ton of data points, exactly where this is coming from, what part of the world is this click is coming from, how many times that they clicked, what is the duration between clicks, what does their mouse movement look like, what campaign did they target. All of this information is going to be available for you because it is very important to understand exactly what is going on with your Google Ads account. And not only do we have this data for the fraudulent IPs that clicked on your Google Ads account, we have it for every single IP that clicks on your paid ads. We have, more data points based on keywords and campaigns. Something that, I would just like to speak on is if you think that you might be facing a fraudulent attack, look at what keywords you're getting the most hits on. Typically, we see fraud when it's a malicious fraud attack is they're going to target your branded keywords as well as your more expensive cost per click keywords. And the reason is for the branded ones, they want to target you. So they're using a click bot, and so they want to make sure that they target you. And then with the more expensive cost per click keywords, they're probably in the same space. They know where it's going to hurt you the most and where their efforts are going to be the most effective. And so they're going to hit you on those keywords that really do the most damage. Now, again, click fraud is not a one-size-fits-all solution. There is a lot of variability based on the industry you're in. If you're a locksmith, the filters that you need are not going to be the same as someone who is in e-com, maybe selling sneakers. And so currently, using Google's filters, you're using the same filters for a broad range of different industries. And so here, we allow you to take back some control and really customize and optimize exactly the type of traffic you're going to get. You can determine how frequently you would like someone to click on your ads within a given period of time. You can set up multiple rules for this that can either be at the account level or you can do it per campaign. We understand that campaigns have a lot of different reasons behind them. There are some campaigns that are remarketing that maybe you want to allow more traffic through. And then, like I said, the higher cost per click campaigns, maybe we want to be a little strict. But regardless of what your strategy is, it is very important to really customize and optimize it based on your user behavior. Do you want to allow VPNs to click on your ads? Some people will say yes, some people will say absolutely not. So giving you that option to determine exactly who is clicking on your ads, like I said, could not be more important. We're always going to look at every single aspect of the click, down to the mouse movement and the time on site. If someone's bouncing off your site in 10 seconds, you might say, I don't ever want to serve this person an ad again. So what we can do is we can set that up and block those IPs, and then you don't have to worry. If someone comes to your site and clicks right off, that's not traffic you want, we filter it out. So like I said, ClickCease, once everything is installed and up and running, we are always going to monitor every single click in real time, run every IP through all of our filters, determine what IPs are valid, what IPs are invalid, and then when we find those invalid IPs, we block them in real time, mitigating any future damage that they can get you with. And it really does trickle down to an increase in your conversion rate. You're going to be converting at a higher level, and you're going to be spending less on each conversion because you're no longer paying for that 1 out of 5 clicks that just had zero intent on ever working with you. All right, SMX, it was phenomenal talking to you. I hope you learned something and see that there is some control that you can take back when protecting your Google Ads campaigns from click fraud. If you're interested in more information or just a free diagnostic on the level of click fraud you're facing, feel free to come visit us at ClickCease.com. We have a live 24/7 chat. We'd be happy to talk to you. One last thing is I'd like to recommend to download our PDF talking about click fraud in small, medium enterprises. It has a lot of great data points that we've collected over the last year that will really give you a lot of great information on click fraud in this space. It's fantastic to meet you all. If you ever need anything, feel free to just go to ClickCease.com and ask for Alex.